going to say anything about this situation because I didn't want to bring any negativity to her sold out world tour. Let me say that again. Sold out world tour. Sold out world tour. You know, the tour that the media outlets can't seem to find the words to talk about.
Hey y'all, thank you so much to those of you that shared and tagged me in this. I have an update, so let me get into it. So I was reached out to by a member of her team, and I wasn't after payment for this. I was just looking for the opportunity to potentially collaborate and to receive credit, and neither one of those options seem possible and have been rejected. I want to thank you so much for your words of encouragement. Y'all saw something, knew it wasn't right, and brought it to my attention. And we should be uplifting and supporting each other, and continuing to do so. So I encourage other artists to seek credit for their work. Keep being you. What other people think of you is none of your business. And just keep it pushing, babe. Whoa. I don't blame y'all for having this reaction based on what you were told, but let me just set the record straight here. I did not decline any concert tickets. I didn't decline the opportunity for a meet and greet. I didn't demand, I asked for the opportunity to perform on stage, and that wasn't a possibility, so we moved on. I was offered an amount that was under $100, and I was told that $2,000 is for a song, and that I would be prorated an amount for an 8 count. I would never consider selling my work for that amount. I really appreciate Nicki for tweeting and saying that she wanted to make things right. However, the person that she's put in charge has not made this a positive experience. And all I've asked for is for her to repost the original video and to tag me, just like the other videos. And if that's not possible, to just remove the choreo. I come online, the choreo's in the show, and there's no video. And the only reason why I posted today was because I was being tagged in concert footage with people saying that I was paid, hired, etc. And that is not true. I have to stick up for myself because no one's gonna stick up for me.
The bobs can be really annoying at times, and I've made my videos about Nicki Minaj so many times, and talking about her have become mentally draining as well, because not just her, the idea, even, you know, the persona, the brand Nicki that she sells to us, not that personal person of her character, can't speak on it, but I can speak on Nicki the brand. I feel like that's important to identify, right? So Nicki the brand has become boring for me, just plain forward boring, alongside her fan base. Now, someone can say to me, well, she's boring, why are you making content about her? I'm not making content about her, I'm making content about the guy, and the guy is making content about what has been used that was his, that involved Nicki Minaj. So the content is not even about Nicki, it's about the behavior in which Nicki surrounds herself in. And I feel like too many people were bashing this guy. And I really don't want to take sides. I'm not gonna take sides. I'm gonna be the judge here, and I feel like I'm gonna be like the middle person. But I feel like at the same time I'm gonna be biased, because knowing the Nicki brand can be really out there and forward. So I made a research of people sharing their opinion So it's going to be stitched on both sides. And also, you can tell me your opinion on what you really think of this whole story. And I wanted to make a lengthy video so you can get the meat of the story, the full essence of the story. I do not want to make like clips of that and that. I wanted it to be from the beginning to the end so we get the clear perspective, so that we can put a clear argument or a clear comment, or maybe a clear maybe argument when you're agreeing with what has been done, or maybe you disagree. So I wanted to put all of that together. So I don't really want to put my 2 cents, but I feel like I have, and it's going to make me biased. So that's why I don't want to put in too much. And let's put in the voices of those who have done the most on my behalf.
I really don't understand what more credit you want from her, because she literally credited you and acknowledged you on Twitter a month prior to tour starting. And she had her team reach out to you and you declined their proposal. They offered to compensate you. They offered you a ticket and a meet and greet, and you declined it and demanded a shout out and to dance on the stage with her, when she already has a whole bunch of dancers already casted for the show who went through probably rounds of auditions. You're demanding shout outs when she already shouted you out on Twitter. Like, clout is one hell of a drug, and you really just need to stop. And you literally blocked all of your blessings because you don't know what she had planned for you. Stop being greedy and stop being quick to tarnish her name, because it serves you no good.
Where y'all getting from? That didn't happen. Y'all crack me up. This did not happen. I don't know why this narrative is being circled around right now. I don't know if people or fans are trying to use it to validate how they feel about him on the situation. I don't know, but this shit did not happen. He never choreographed a dance for Renaissance. Beyonce never used his any of his choreographed dances in Renaissance. By the time Renaissance was already announced, everything was done. So I don't know where I don't know where you're coming with this rhetoric. While we're here though, to speak on what's going on with what you were saying about Nicki's team and the tour. And by the way, I did go opening night. I enjoyed myself. Y'all be thinking that I don't like Nicki, but I flew out to see her on her opening night. Did you? Here's my thing, because people are dragging him, and I don't feel like he's wrong. And then people are saying, like, as far as like Nicki's like choreographer, he didn't debunk anything. He literally said the same thing that Donte said. They offered him compensation. He wasn't looking for compensation. He wanted credit, which I totally understand. Credit me. It's not always about the money. I don't want money. You can't buy me out. Credit me. I want this on my resume. I want to be acknowledged for my work. Yeah, it's a 5-second dance, but you're going around tour multiple times performing this 5-second dance. And I just feel like if where things are now, where like they're like, okay, well, you know, you can't perform on stage with her or do the collaboration or the credits or the compensation, then as far as like Nicki seems like, just change the dance. Y'all saying, oh, it's 5 seconds. Okay, well, if it's just 5 seconds, you're a choreographer, right? Change the dance. Why still use this man's work? Just change it. And then boom, that nips it in the butt right there. I don't know. I understand where he's coming from. I don't want, not all the time it's about money. Give me my credit. The real money is going to come in. But I wish I would stop saying it, because he did not do the same thing to Beyonce. That just did not happen.
And see, I wasn't going to say anything about this situation because I didn't want to bring any negativity to her sold out world tour. Let me say that again. Sold out world tour. Sold out world tour. You know, the tour that the media outlets can't seem to find the words to talk about. It being sold out, 15 years in the game. But if it was something negative about her tour, if something would have been wrong, or there was some low ticket sales, they would have found every word in the book to say about her tour. Yeah, that tour. I didn't want to bring negativity to it, but I want to talk a little bit about what he's saying in this video. So in the video, he's talking about how he created the viral F the Club Up Little 1-2 Boom Cat. Shout out to Lorianne Gibson. And he's talking about how he wanted recognition for it, right? He said that in this original video. The Barbs brought it to Nicki's attention back in February. And Nicki acknowledged it then and said, I would have my team hit him up ASAP. So she hits you up, offers you compensation, like he said in the video that I played before, offered you compensation. You didn't want that compensation. You wanted credit and you wanted a collaboration. Now, I will say this. Understandable. As a choreographer, as an artist, you want credit for your work. You want the recognition because that goes a long way, right? But she's in a place where they had already got her tour and stuff settled. They had already been working on her tour 3 months prior to. Her lead choreographer and creative director confirmed that. And so to throw you in there to choreograph one song doesn't make any sense. So instead they offered you compensation and thanked you for it. Her lead choreographer, Casper, said, please stop spreading false information. We offered to pay him as a choreographer, even though it was less than 10 seconds of choreo that was altered. Also offered him tickets to his hometown with a meet and greet. He declined all this and demanded a shout out and to get dance on the stage with her. So what does that sound like to you? Because to me, it sounds like entitlement. And then you got online and you played this narrative as if she just stole from you and didn't give anything or didn't offer much to you. Played the sympathy card here. And then limited the comments so nobody could actually correct you in the comments. And see, this is when we have to turn off our emotions and turn on our logic. Because, see, I understand the whole creative artist, choreographer, you want your credit, right? She offered you tour tickets, you didn't want it. She offered you compensation, you didn't want it. She offered you a meet and greet, you didn't want it. See, you have to turn off your emotions and let's turn on our logic here. Let's use our business mindset. I would have used that meet and greet to then sit next to the Nicki Minaj and network. I would have turned that into a networking expo for myself. Even if I didn't want to see her, I would have used that opportunity to get to know her. Hello, and meet Casper, who is a creative director and a lead choreographer who has been hired by a plethora of celebrities. Hello, Casper. My name is so-and-so, so-and-so. I would love to work with you in the future. I would love to work with anybody that you have. Can we exchange numbers? Let's run I have some ideas that I want to run past you. But instead, you declined all of that and you demanded to be up on stage with her. I'm confused. And see, back to what Casper said. It was less than 10 seconds of choreo that was altered. Baby, all you did was kick, dip, up, walk 1, 2, 3, jump, twist your ass, walk back. That's it. And it ain't. The little high hip, that ain't. But it doesn't mean that you was going to be able to choreograph an entire tour. You demanded a shout out, demanded you get on stage and dance with her? Who are you to demand any damn thing? And so that is what I'm saying. Any little thing to push a negative agenda, any little thing. You could have used that moment to really push yourself and further your career by networking, and instead you got on your platform and insinuated that she didn't try to do this, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, when she offered you compensation. She offered you this, she offered you that. Had you understood that a little bit more, you would have did differently with that opportunity.
I'm going to be completely real here. I've worked as a professional choreographer, and I have some questions. Let me get this straight. This was an 8 count of choreography. High heels on my tippies. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. An 8 count of choreo. They offered you money
even though it's a tiny amount, they offered you approximately $100, correct, for an 8 count. Then they also offered you the opportunity to see her on tour, a meet and greet, an opportunity to see the show, correct? Okay. Additionally, Nicki Minaj personally shouted you out on Twitter. I thought a lady's already made it up.
2 months
Thought she was
ago.
always having fun with it. So glad Barb's brought it up to my attention in time, making me proud as always. I'll have Casper reach out to this very talented and seemingly very sweet guy ASAP to figure out the best way to make him feel seen and appreciated and paid. Period. I understand as a choreographer that money and recognition is extremely important, but they did offer these things. What you didn't realize is that you need to network. Demanding to perform on stage with Nicki Minaj because you provided an 8 count of choreography that they did acknowledge is crazy. Okay? What you should have done is, I don't know, network, go to the meet and greet, accept the money for the 8 count, and say, hey, if you have any opportunities in the future, let me work with you.
It feels like you're looking for a job. It's not looking like you're giving an advice. You're looking like you're giving your high heels on my Tippy. You want to be a choreographer yourself. You're looking for a job. It's not giving that you're giving advice, because you can't be like, oh, well, I don't know. If she's going to tag me in something that happened 2 months ago, tag me now. Tag me now. You tagged me 2 months ago. Tag me now. The acknowledgement. You did not do that dance 2 months ago. You're doing it now. You're seeing it now. Like, acknowledgement and fame don't qualify money. Like, really.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Y'all are pissing me off with this whole Donte Colley, Casper, Nicki Minaj situation, because y'all will always prove how much you hate creatives on this app. I'm just gonna preface this by saying that if Donte Colley, Casper, and Nicki Minaj did not come to an agreement about compensation and recognition for that choreography, it shouldn't be currently used on a 40-city tour being performed on a multi-million-dollar stage that is backed by a label and a touring company that definitely has the budget to compensate people fairly. It really is as simple as new choreography should have been created. Nicki Minaj and company really aren't beating the broke allegations, because offering that man under $100 for that choreography that they're going to use on a 40-city tour is so wildly out of pocket. And I'm seeing quite a few arguments being used to dogpile Donte in favor of celebrity allegiance, which is just throws me. I hope that it's not lost on everyone that the people controlling this conversation right now are the same abhorrent stand-up that used AI-generated imagery to thrust that lackluster album into a cultural moment. So y'all are familiar with stealing work, because we all know what AI imagery is at this point. And footnote, this also continues Nicki Minaj and their team's trend of relying on stans and fans to prop them up and not properly compensate people, just because the fans are doing all the work that team refuses to even put into an album rollout and now a tour rollout. I find it interesting that when the song was trending because of that same dance that Donte created, y'all were singing his praises and gassing him up. But now that he's wanting to be fairly compensated, recognized, what have you, he's suddenly public enemy number one. The way y'all will go out of your way to demonize creatives, working class creatives that just want their needs met, needs to be studied. Because in my opinion, it's definitely a sentiment that has locked arms with the anti-intellectualism that runs rampant on this app, and is just a general culture in America to begin with. And it's really responsible for how y'all are twisting it and making it seem like Donte Colley literally gets on this app and dances just to trap these artists, these massive label-backed artists, in this cyclical conversation about stolen IP. He gets up on this app and dances because it's his passion. He's a dancer by trade. You really think he's posting multiple videos a day in hopes that a Nicki Minaj or a Beyonce is going to steal his work and he gets to post up on here and be like, ah, gotcha. Be so fucking serious. Every video that he's made where he's talking has always been him clearing the air and being transparent, and not once has it ever brushed shoulders with even the territory of being disrespectful. Y'all are over here really twisting a narrative, saying that he made all these demands of Nicki Minaj and her team like he's some kind of diva. He asked to perform on stage with her. And y'all are over here like, he needs to audition with every other dancer on that stage, blah, blah. Audition with the choreography that is on the stage without him? Audition like that? Charlie DiSpaghettio really got to perform a dance that she stole to an audience of millions. And she didn't even catch as much flack as Donte Colley, who is a black dancer, simply asking to perform the dance on stage. The only reason why y'all think that that's crazy in a very derogatory sense, like please stop saying that, is simply because he's black. That's the only reason. Well, one of two reasons, because the second reason is that y'all are brainwashed into completely undervaluing creatives in favor of celebrity allegiance, and that's pathetic. And now y'all are over here trying to gaslight him into thinking that he asked for way too much and saying that it should have been an opportunity to network and he needs to know how to manage the industry better. As if he's not already doing an excellent job of marketing himself and getting his work out there. Every single video, choreography down, lighting schemes down. Not to mention the work that he puts in to produce that content and upload like 10 videos a day. Be so serious. Knowing your worth and asking to be met where you are at is not entitled. Y'all are just haters.
I genuinely thought the same thing when I saw that. And I was like, okay, you want to pay him $100 for something that you're going to use over and over and over again. You don't want him to be there. You want to talk about 3 months, like la 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 la. There's like, if you're gonna use my stuff, like proper credit me. I don't care about the network at this point. Okay, I don't care because it doesn't pay bills. I'm sorry. Like giving me giving you my card and be like, I hope one day to work with you. Yeah, I'm gonna forget about you as soon as you live and turn. Yeah, who's that guy again? Oh my god, I was eating. But really, like people in this industry in Hollywood just do not flippin' care. I thought the same thing. Like, you are gonna use something that is not yours, that was not from your own creativity, and you don't want to come into an agreement with the person who created, and then I'm gonna use it anyway. This is Nicki Minaj's style. I remember she did it with another artist, but I forgot her name, but yeah, she's a British singer, I believe. I forgot her name. She has like a thick kind of like voice. She's a British kind of like tomboy like looking woman. She's black. I forgot her songs, but she sings with a guitar. I hope you get where I'm going with this. So she basically cornered him. She basically cornered her. She did the song anyway, regardless. So like, pay creators, okay? Same way you want TikTok to pay you for your creativity, it's the same way you should pay others. Because if I don't, like, I know Nicki Minaj, and so what? Okay, so we are not gonna sweep this under the rug because it's Nicki Minaj, considering her track record. And my stand on this still stand. I'm with the side of the guy Donte on this. Like, pay him. That's it. Like, if you don't have the budget for it, don't use it. That's it. But there's something about musicians, like people in Hollywood, believing like, I will use it anyway, and my friends will stand by me regardless. You see? So for me, I'm like, if you did not come to an agreement, then don't use my stuff. Simple. If you did not come to agreement with Donte proposing what he wants, don't use it. I'm gonna say it again. Don't use my stuff. If especially we did not come to an agreement where millions of people are gonna watch that, don't use my stuff. I don't want your network. I don't want any of that. I told you my terms. I told you my conditions. It's either you take it or leave it. If you don't want what I am telling you, don't touch my stuff. Because there's something with this poverty entitlement that comes with people. Yeah, poverty entitlement mind. I should be grateful for scraps. I should be grateful for that piece of bread that you gave me. I want the whole bread, bruh. I want what I want. You cannot give me what I want, then don't talk to me.